The ultimate Facebook marketplace. Sewing machine find. Dürkopp 239 for only 150 euros. So what's special about this and why? Because you might think, 150 euros for a machine that's probably 50 years old. That's not a good price. And there are a lot of industrial sewing machines that you can buy for similar prices, which are not that good of a deal because they're just very heavy straight stitch machines that just do normal straight stitching. What makes this one special is that it's a walking foot, and people who sew bags and do like heavier duty projects with sewing machines, they love this because basically the presser foots walk across the fabric. So any weird like thick seams that you try to sew over or high friction materials, this should handle it fine. I haven't really tried it yet. What also made this a good deal compared to a lot of industrial machines is it's a single phase motor. Yeah, a lot of these are 3-phase to be used in like factories for sewing, and you usually don't have 3-phase inside of your house except for the stove, and you don't want to unplug the stove every time you want to sew. So this one is single phase, makes it a bit easier to find somewhere where you can put it. Yeah, the interface is very bare bones. You have this lever which is reverse and stitch length, it springs back. You can set the presser foot tension, and also you have multiple tensioning discs for the upper thread. Underneath you have a bobbin inside of a spool holder. The bobbin is very big compared to a normal machine, which is good if you want to use heavier thread. You can, because if you use a small like home machine thread or a bobbin and you wind thread around it, which is a bit heavier, you can only fit maybe 100 meters of thread on it. This one will probably fit way more, although I do not know how much because I haven't done any projects on this yet. Yeah, it has the normal thread stand in the back, spool holder. Also, it has a knee lift, which is nice. If you want to use both hands to try to position something and you want to lift the presser foot, you can just do it with your knee. A thing I read about people using industrial machines for home projects is that they go way too fast because the motor is always spinning, and the only thing you actually control with the pedal is a clutch. So if you want to go slower than the top speed, you have to be in some kind of slip zone. Imagine you're driving a manual car, it's the same. Which isn't optimal, because if you just press a little bit more, it starts sewing very quickly. Industrial machines usually sew way quicker because they were used in production. So this one I would estimate maybe 2,000 stitches per minute, which is at least twice as fast as a home machine. But in my limited like tests of this machine, it wasn't that hard to get it to sew slower. What you can do if you find a machine like this that you want to keep, and that if you're annoyed with the way the clutch motor works, you can buy a servo motor from Temu or AliExpress, the usual overseas suspects. And these are supposed to be able to control the speed very accurately, so you can sew very slow without losing any torque, which is probably nice to have. But that would double the price of the machine, and I don't want to do that right now. So for now it's going to be like this. Enough talk, I do that a lot. Let's do some sewing. Yeah, also two good things. You can still get needles. It's this system. Pick whatever system you want to call it. And you can still find the entire manual on Manuals Lib. So just print it out if you find a machine. And it's quite detailed, so it's good to have. Yeah, let's do the sewing demo and see if we can sew some denim. All right, so you can see we've folded this over a couple of times. It's starting to get quite thick. I mean, you can fit more under the presser foot. It lifts quite high, but we'll start out like this. I'm not trying to break a needle or anything. So you just turn it on here, and the machine's always running as long as power is on. And let's see if I can modulate the clutch a bit and sew. Yeah, so it's like it's not even there. I mean, it's quite a lot of denim, and the machine just sews it like it's not even there. So let's go back. So So you see that it's possible to sew slow, but it's a bit difficult. So let's do it again. And for the fun of it, now that you've seen how it sews when I try to control the speed, let's see what it does when we just hammer the pedal. This is going to be quick. So yeah, it goes really fast. At least in my opinion. I mean, a lot of normal non-walking foot machines, let me turn the motor off because it's really annoying, can do way faster, like the normal drop feed machines. But it's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't want to sew that fast ever. So maybe I'll figure something out, maybe add a bigger pulley here. Servo motors are really cheap. I found on Timo you can buy one for like 120 euros, which might be a good option as well. Yeah, but for 150 euros, this is probably one of my best finds ever on Facebook Marketplace. And we'll see when I can beat it. Also, it's funny, the motor spins down for like 2 minutes, so if you listen, you can hear it spinning. So it's been off for quite a while now, and I can still make it sew just from inertia. Yeah, and there it stopped. Yeah, so that's the Dürkopp 239.